Okay, hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is basically going to be my tutorial about how to become a better Counter-Strike Source player. I'm basically making this video to get more views on YouTube, so hopefully if any of this information was helpful, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and also please check out my other videos also. And also please keep in mind that if you're here, hopefully it's because you need help. But I just want to say that I've been playing Counter-Strike for a really long time, and I've never had any problems with these tactics. Other people have their own tactics and styles also, and I'm not trying to change anyone's style. I'm just trying to give people some information that's hopefully going to help you, especially if you're a beginner. So with that, here is my tips on how to become a better Counter-Strike Source player. And I'm just going to type them out because basically I was playing the game before and I realized I don't even need to be playing the game to explain these things. So what I'm going to do is basically just type them out and explain them as I go along. Okay, so here are my tips on how to become a better Counter-Strike Source player. Okay, so tip number 1 is change the mouse sensitivity to between 15 and 17. Sensitivity. Okay, and so this might seem kind of high at first for some people, but I would venture to guess that a lot of people actually play with it this high. I play with that high, but this did seem kind of high at first when I first started the game, but it's something that I've come to after a long time of playing. I realized that I needed the reaction time and the response that I was looking for. And basically right now I have it at 15.9. But it's just always giving me good results. So, and one thing else that I would say about this is that I heard a rumor, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard a rumor that it also depends on what your sensitivity is in Windows will affect what it is in the game. And I don't know if that's true or not because I've always just left whatever my sensitivity in Windows is. I've never touched it. I've just changed this into the game to between 15 and 17. So tip number 1, change your mouse sensitivity to between 15 and 17. Okay. Tip number 2. Okay, so let's say you get into a battle with 3 guys. Who do you shoot first? Now the rule that I'm going to give you for my tips is to shoot the closest person first and then shoot from right to left. So shoot the closest person first and then from right to left. So basically what this means is if they're all equal distance apart shooting at you, you're going to want to shoot the person on the right first and then go to the left. But otherwise shoot the closest person first though. And yeah, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3. Okay, so and this kind of goes along with tip number 2. Basically, if you're in a battle, how do you move? What you're going to want to do is basically strafe from left to right. So what this means is basically you're going to take your character in the game and move him to the right by pressing the D button. Hopefully if you have it set like that. But yeah, whatever you use to move to the right, just take your character and move him to the right. Okay. Tip number 4. Okay, so if you crouch, your aim will get better. So what this means is basically that if you crouch, your crosshair will actually become smaller and your spray will be less spread out. It will be more condensed and your aim will actually get better if you crouch. And it's also a good thing to do if you're in battle because you avoid bullets as well as getting better aim. So something else that you can do is just crouch. So, okay. Number 5. Flashbang over the top. And what this means is basically you can flashbang through doors and stuff also, but in the game you have the ability to flashbang over the wall. And a quick note, flashbangs only cost 200, and you can buy 2 of them each round, at least at the start. But you can carry 2 flashbangs on you. They only cost 200, but you have the ability to flashbang over the top, and what that's going to do is actually prevent the enemy team from advancing for just a little bit, and it's going to allow your team to advance a little bit farther, and it's going to stop them for just at least a split second. So just remember you can flashbang over the top. It might take you a little bit to realize that there are some spots you can't flashbang over, but you'll see maybe other people doing it, but you'll be able to figure it out if you try. Try to aim for corners and stuff like that. But yeah, tip number 5 basically is just flashbang over the top, or remember that you can. Tip number 6 is go through all the weapons and try them out. All weapons and try them out. And what you want to do is basically just get a feel for the weapon. Just kind of remember how it operates, what kind of recoil and kick it has, and how strong it is and stuff like that. But yeah, if you really want to get good, you could try to master each weapon. And that way, if you ever come across a weapon and you just happen to pick it up, you'll know how it acts already, how it responds. It won't be like a foreign object to you. You'll just be like, oh, I know how this weapon works. Okay, so that's a good one. Okay, so number 7 is know how much things cost. And you don't have to know how much everything costs, but you should know, for example, that like Kevlar and a helmet cost 1,000. You should know that a grenade costs 300. Smoke grenade costs 300. Flashbangs cost 200. And you should know about how much you can buy at the start of each round with how much money you got. So again, you don't have to know how much everything costs, but you should just know generally how much you can get at the start of the round to be the most effective. So, okay, that's number 7. Know how much things cost. Okay, 8 is shoot the wall. Shoot the wall and watch the spray. And this is basically when you're trying out weapons. And the reason why this is useful is because like a lot of people say spray and pray, but what happens is if you actually shoot the wall and watch the spray and see how the recoil is and where the bullets go, it's not going to always go the same, but you get an idea of where the bullets are going to go if you were spraying. So like there's an actual technique that you can use to make the bullets fly where you want them to fly, even if you were spraying. So that's a good tactic to do, and it's gonna help you just know where the bullets are gonna probably go. Yeah. Number 9 is shoot for the head. And basically this one is pretty self-explanatory. If you shoot them in the head, they're going to die more quickly than, let's say, if you shoot them in the body. You're definitely going to want to hit the opponent. There's not much to say about this one, though. If you shoot them in the head, they're going to die faster. So, tip number 9 is shoot for the head. Tip number 10, and this is an important one, and I'll try to explain it just a little bit. It's basically know where all the camping spots are. The camping. And this isn't to turn you or anyone else into a camper. It's just to say, like, if you were in a situation where you had nowhere else to go, you could get into a camping spot and stay alive for just a little bit longer. And this is not only going to help your score, but it's going to also help your team as well. And also, if you're going around the map, you're going to know where to look for the enemy if they were going to be hiding. You would already know where the camping spots were. But yeah. So again, this isn't to turn anyone into a camper. It's just to say, like, if you had nowhere else to go, you would know where you could go to get into a camping spot to stay alive for just a little bit longer. and also you would know where to look for if you were rushing around the map, and you would know where like the enemy could be hiding if they were going to be hiding. Okay, so those are my top 10 tips. There's definitely more strategies that I could go over, but I think these are probably my top 10. I'd say the most important things are the first 3 and number 9. But yeah. So that's basically it. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and or also check out my other videos. And so with that, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Alright, goodbye.